Hello everyone, and welcome to my Days of Our Lives official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Alex went to the Brady Johnson home to look for Stephanie. Is now a bad time? Does Chad happen to be here? Alex started. I don't think Chad is coming today. I think he's with Abigail, Stephanie replied. Stephanie informed Alex that it was 1 year since Abigail's death. Chad was being really vague about his plans, but I figured they had to be important if he was blowing off a client meeting. And then it hit me, Stephanie explained. Alex pointed out that Chad still wore Abigail's wedding band all the time, and Stephanie confirmed that she had seen the same thing. Stephanie's determination to continue living in Abigail's shadow, merely to be in a relationship with Chad, astounded Alex. That came out very, very wrong. I didn't mean to imply that you don't, measure up at all, because you do. Alex took a step back as Stephanie gave him a glare. You have to share Chad with Abigail's memory, Alex said, prompting Stephanie to joke that the rephrased statement was a far more subtle way of complimenting someone. Chad placed a bouquet of red flowers on Abigail's gravestone before settling on a nearby bench, and then he heard a noise. Abby, Chad called out, hoping for the best. Julie quickly approached with a bouquet of white carnations, apologizing for startling Chad. I'll come back later, Julie offered, but Chad refused. Julie mentioned that Thomas and Charlotte were in Boston with Jack and Jennifer, prompting Chad to explain that the kids had seemed desperate for a change of scenery lately, probably because they knew, at least subconsciously, that Abigail's death anniversary was approaching. Chad felt bad for failing to prepare Charlotte and Thomas for the tragic occasion, and Julie agreed that children sometimes knew more than adults wanted to believe they did. Julie quickly altered the subject, inquiring about Chad's connection with Stephanie. Chad stated that being with Stephanie was a source of guilt for him, which Julie said was reasonable but also unneeded. Guilt is corrosive. It will steal all of your happiness if you let it, Julie advised. I see you're still wearing your wedding ring, Julie pointed out. Do you think wearing that ring is holding you back from moving on? Julie came to an end. Maybe. I just haven't been able to bring myself to take it off. I'm afraid that if I do, it'll make it final, and I'll have to really let her go, Chad stated, prompting Julie to dismiss the worry. Chad thanked Julie for her advice before taking the ring off and pocketing it once the coast was clear. I will love you forever, Chad said quietly as he sat at Abigail's grave. Later that day, Chad went over to the Brady Johnson townhouse to see Stephanie, who grinned when she noticed the ring was missing, but didn't say anything about it. When Leo unlocked the door to Gwen's room at the Salem Inn, Dimitri was taken aback. You and I have unfinished business, Dimitri hissed as Leo took a swallow and backed away. Leo claimed he couldn't figure out what Dimitri wanted to talk about. You cost me a fortune, not to mention my freedom, and now I'm making you pay. Before lunging at Leo, Dimitri clarified. Gwen returned from the restroom and informed Dimitri that Matty was a beloved friend who would not be harmed in any manner. Matty. Dimitri said it again. Kyle, you're not the only one with an alias, Leo elaborated. After getting a text message from Megan with a reminder about the necessity of remaining on Gwen's good side, Dimitri feigned a grin and apologized to Leo. It's okay. Normally, I enjoy a good manhandling, Leo said, winking. Leo dashed off so Gwen could interview Dimitri, who suggested ordering room service instead of trying to converse in a crowded restaurant. During the interview, Gwen inquired about Dimitri's childhood and was told a story that was, possibly by design, quite relevant. It's quite uncanny how much we have in common, Gwen stated. Imagine that, Dimitri said. Chloe greeted Xander at the Spectator office, boasting that she had just persuaded the owner of Saxton's to sign off on a major contract for advertising opportunities in both the internet and print versions of the newspaper. I happen to know Mr. Saxton from working at Basic Black, and we always got along, so I just turned on a little charm, and he was putty in my hands. Chloe recounted with a shrug before admitting she was pleased with her decision to stay at the newspaper. Today has been a really great day, and it has been stress-free, Chloe went on. I think it's because Gwen's not around, Chloe concluded. Xander and Chloe were relieved to be alone at the office since they were both ready to continue discussing their most recent kiss, and possibly even reenact it. But Maggie arrived before anything could happen. Am I interrupting? Maggie started, eliciting awkward laughs from Chloe and Xander, who both ignored the worry. Maggie got right to work, offering Xander the job at Titan that had previously been held by Alex. How about Victor? He'd never approve. He's barely spoken to me since I quit, Xander contended. It's not up to Victor, Maggie said. Won't Sarah be upset? Xander was perplexed. I suppose she might be, but she knows I'm fond of you, Maggie replied. Xander thanked Maggie for the job offer and vowed to think about it before discussing it with Chloe when they were alone together again. Part of me would just love to go back to Titan. I mean, growing up, I used to dream about being part of the family business and finally feeling like I belonged. And I have to say, it would be so satisfying to go back and just rub it in Victor's face and show him that he made a mistake by not believing in me, Xander admitted before declining the offer to continue working at the newspaper with Chloe. Chloe returned Xander's gesture with a kiss, just as Leo entered the office. Is that how you define platonic? After Xander ran off to the Kyriakis home to officially decline the job offer, Leo challenged Chloe. Could you please not tell Gwen about this? She already despises me, Chloe implored. Would you please, girl? Gwen had been over that Scottish jerk for a long time. In fact, she's having lunch with a hot new hunky hunk right now, Leo joked, before telling Chloe that she should be concerned about Sarah instead. That's ridiculous. They're done for good, Chloe adamantly stated. If you say so, Leo said. Justin walked into the Kyriakis estate and discovered Bonnie in the study. I didn't know you were here, Justin started. I just got in this second, Bonnie said. Justin demanded a rundown of everything that had happened while Bonnie was in Chicago. Boy, is it hot in here. Hotter than a billy goat with a blowtorch. During Justin's interrogation, Bonnie was worried. Bonnie took a bottle of water from the bar and struggled to open it, prompting Justin to take over the task and inquire what was wrong. Jet lag, Bonnie said. You drove to Chicago, and we're in the same time zone, Justin said. Bonnie sighed as she conceded Justin's claims and thought about it. Of course, you're my husband, but you're also an attorney. Bonnie recalled this before obtaining a $1 cash and delivering it to Justin in order to ensure attorney-client confidentiality. Did you get caught doing something illegal? Justin was perplexed. Of course not. I just have this secret I need to tell. And if I don't, my tongue will explode, so I just have to tell someone. Bonnie responded with a cry of delight before informed Justin that Sarah was pregnant with Xander's child, but didn't want anyone to know. Bonnie stressed to Justin the need of keeping Maggie in the dark about the pregnancy. Who's pregnant, and why am I not allowed to know? Maggie wondered as she joined Bonnie and Justin in the lab. Mimi, she's pregnant, and she doesn't want too many people to know until she's through her first trimester, Bonnie said to Maggie after a brief glance at Justin. I have to admit, I'm a little jealous. I'd love to be a grandmother again, Maggie moaned as she exited the study after saying goodbye to Bonnie and Justin. I was a much better liar before I fell in love with you. Now I am out of practice. Bonnie yelled at Justin after Maggie had left the room. And I never used to feel guilty before, Bonnie also added. Justin apologized and encouraged Bonnie to remain quiet before leaving the study. Just gotta stay away from Xander, Bonnie grumbled as Xander entered the study. So what do you guys think about this update? Let me know in the comments below. And if you like my videos, please press like and subscribe for more. I'll see you guys next time.